Now for the software of the Moto X4. This is an Android 1 phone, probably on its last update of Pi. And the software is very fast and smooth, even if there isn't the fastest storage that would make app launching slightly faster compared to a Samsung phone. Just the sheer smoothness of it, not dropping any frames, makes it feel a lot more premium. And that's worth a lot. Not a lot of customization settings as you'd expect, so you can't rearrange the status bar like Samsung would let you. There's no official Motorola Google app that lets you do swipe gestures from the side. And those, if you enjoy really changing those details of your phone, changing the lock screen clock, etc., Samsung's phones are going to be far better. But if you just want a simple Android experience, the Moto X4 is nice. There is an option to change the color temperature of the display, but you just have a vibrant and a dull setting with cool, neutral, and warm. If you want the closest to a completely accurate calibrated sRGB color, standard with warm, I believe, is the most accurate, but it will reset to neutral with reboot for some reason. There's some audio effects to make the audio sound a bit better. Compared to just a single bottom firing speaker, the front firing speaker is going to be a lot crisper and clearer, but compared to phones that use both a front speaker and a side speaker, like Samsung's newer phones and the iPhones, then this isn't going to sound quite as clear. There are some audio modes that help a little bit. There is OK Google support.
To learn how to get help with your Google phone, go to g.co/home/support. That address again, g.co/home/support.
Anyway, but besides that, not too many other software frills. It's the simplicity and the integration with US carriers that would make this phone worth it. As far as storage goes, this phone gives you 32 gigs with 3 gigs of RAM, or can upgrade that to 4 gigs and 64 gigs of storage for the more expensive model. 3 gigs I didn't notice any issues with. There were enough apps kept open in RAM, and most apps would resume properly even if they were older apps that had been booted out of memory mostly. So I never had any issues with that. And the last thing I should note is the other camera launch gesture, double tapping the power button. The front-facing camera, I will show my face. As such, it's of middling quality, decently wide as you can see. Works just fine. The front-facing flash is useful, but most apps can't take advantage of it. Apparently, you can improve the camera quality quite a lot by installing Google's own camera app for Pixel phones. But you're going to have to find the app yourself, make sure it's virus-free, install it, and then play with the settings quite a while. It does work quite well, and if you're willing to unlock the bootloader, then you can change the build.prop file in the phone's root partition, so that way you can enable Google Camera to switch between the wide angle and standard cameras on the back. Build up props in system, I believe. Anyway. So to sum it up, if you have $150, which when this phone drops on sale new, then it's a fantastic value. The battery life is quite excellent, I should note, with 5 hours of screen on time with mixed cellular and Wi-Fi at a decent brightness. Any other notes? And the one reason why I have to return this phone, the problem, it's a very specific problem where if you use Android Auto with your car stereo, you plug it into your car to get Google Maps on its screen, then after 30 minutes, for at least my stereo, a Sony XAV AX100, it will crash and you have to unplug and replug the connection. It's quite annoying. My friend also has this Moto X4, and for him, the USB-C port at the bottom stopped working. USB-C port on this phone, it should be noted, doesn't have that much driver support. If you plug in a USB-C dock, it will recognize a mouse and keyboard plugged in, but it won't recognize an Ethernet adapter or do video out. So if you're planning to do that, then you'll need to buy a different phone, like a Samsung. I hope this review was informative. Thank you very much.